Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla, and with my channel, I will be sharing my experience as an entrepreneur and hopefully learn a thing or two from you. Today, we're going to be cleaning my food truck and organizing it, getting it ready for the upcoming season. Let's get started. This is a quick view of my food trailer. It's called the Greenlight Vegan Foods. On the back, you can see my propane tank, my AC unit, and my generator. I have this side with my logo again on it and some things that I sell on my menu, and my serving window where I serve food to the people. But we gotta look inside. It is super disorganized in here, and in this video we are gonna clean it all up and prepare for this upcoming season. This is everything I took off my trailer during the winter, and it needs to be put back on. This is my main shelf where I store all of my appliances and my utensils. On top of this, I have my toaster and my heat box where I keep all my food warm while I'm serving. Right here I have my milkshake mixer. Underneath I store rice and flour in these bins. I also keep my baking supplies in the main bin under there as well. It's easier to have all of your baking supplies in one spot and all your cooking stuff in another spot, especially when there is limited storage in the food trailer. A mentor of mine recommended the salsa chopper to make salsa, and honestly, it is the fastest way to make salsa. And a lot of my recipes require finely chopped vegetables, and this thing chops them up so perfectly without pureeing them. It also makes it go by so much faster when I'm prepping. When I'm going through now are all my extra cooking equipment, like my knife sharpener and my oven mitts. I like to keep these and my utensils in these bins because they have a closed lid, so while I'm driving, they don't move around. Also, they are stackable and they fit on the shelf right behind me. Yes, I keep my KitchenAid mixer on the shelf as well. I usually have a net around the whole entire thing while I'm moving, and it keeps everything in place. Some things move around a little bit, but for the most part, everything stays exactly where I put it. I like to store my pots inside my pots just for when I'm driving. They don't move around. I can't just leave them on the stove. And I also like to keep all of my day-to-day utensils like my knife and my spatulas and my ladles inside that small metal container so I don't have to go digging through those other buckets for them when I need them. I also store all of my pots and those utensils in the sink for when I'm moving so they don't go everywhere. This plastic was not coming off these lids. I had opened a box like this a few days before, and it took me about an hour to get all that plastic off 4 lids, and I just did not have the energy to do that right now, so I had to take a break, and I didn't even take off the rest of the plastic off these lids today. This is my main storage space on my food trailer. I usually keep all my dry stock down here like salt, pepper, beans, rice, napkins, utensils. I'm organizing some of the stuff right here to make room for the DoorDash equipment that I took out during the winter. A lot of this stuff is already organized, so I don't have to clean it too much. The main stores I shop at are Costco, Gordon's, Meijer, and sometimes Aldi's. I actually live in an area where all those stores are within a 5-minute drive from me. It is very convenient and it is nice to have options to go shopping. This section is actually underneath my flat top grill, and in that bucket is usually where I keep my main seasonings that I cook with, like my garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and I keep a few other things under there like my torch to light my pilots and the lids to my baking sheet for my cookies. It got very gross under there and it needed to be cleaned. I use this double-sided duct tape to keep this bin down so while I'm driving the trailer, it doesn't move those spices everywhere and like fall onto the ground. But I realized that I used one strip in the middle and it did not work as well as it did last time, and I actually had to take this off and put two strips where the bumps are on the bottom. Now on to my fridge. My fridge is actually pretty big, but there wasn't too many things in it since I was only open for a few months last season, but this took me about 10 minutes to clean. When you have a food trailer or a food truck, you have to be thinking about what happens to your food while you're moving. I keep these storage containers in my fridge because I like to keep everything separate, because if I didn't do that, all my fruits and vegetables will get thrown against the wall, they would be smushed, things could spill or break, and having these storage containers and keeping everything separate stops that from making a huge mess. My fridge shelves all have holes in them, and if it spills on top, it's going to drip to the bottom. And trust me, I've already cleaned up so many messes because of this reason. Storage containers is what I had to do. It might seem silly, but this little piece of duct tape I'm about to show you is the most important thing to have on your fridge, because at the end of a long day, you do not want to go home, go into your trailer, and realize that everything has fallen out of the fridge and the gigantic mess you have to clean up. When I first got my trailer, I didn't realize I would need a big sprayer, but this is super helpful when cleaning out pots. You do a quick scrub and then you can spray it out right afterwards. It helps save water in the end too. I'm installing this myself. It took about 10-15 minutes to do, very simple, and I'm excited to have this on my trailer now. Okay, so I was installing this and it was not working and hanging up how it said it was supposed to. And now that I'm sitting here watching and recording myself, I have realized that I put the holder upside down, and it has been upside down for the past few months and it's still not fixed. So it just usually sits there in my sink. This is my computer system area where I take orders right next to my serving window. I needed to organize this and find a new way to secure my computer while I am driving. So this is me organizing it, and you'll see that I originally had it stuck with Velcro, and the Velcro was not going to cut it this time. So I had to rip all of that off and replace it with something else. These things were stuck to my counter. There is no doubt that they would have held my computer in place while I was moving, but where the Velcro was at on the computer is where it kept ripping off and it had to be replaced. I wasn't sure if this was going to work, but I had a few extra razor shower holders that I bought from Amazon, and I figured that if I put them right underneath my computer that it would hold it in place while I was moving. And I was nervous at first to drive with this because it could fall over and break, but I am insured, so it would be fixed if it did break. And after I tested it out, it was totally fine. It has worked every single time that I've driven it since. Now onto my freezer. My freezer got pretty gross after I let it defrost and sit over the winter. What I do know is that there was a whole bunch of water on the bottom of this that I didn't show, and I couldn't really just drain it out because my freezer is bolted to the floor, and the drain hole, it would drain all the water right onto just the floor of my food trailer, and I did not want to clean up that big mess. So I had to take a rag and squeeze out all the water rag by rag, and it took me like 20 minutes. I didn't record it, but this is all the stuff that was left over that I had to clean. You can see that one of my kitties tried to get on my trailer. I do not let them on here at all, but sometimes they do get past my bug guard. I just quickly shoo them off, and they know that they're not supposed to be on there, so they run away as soon as I start to come at them, but no kitties are allowed on the food trailer. Now on to sweeping my floors. They weren't super dirty because I did clean it before I closed it for the winter, but with going in and out, getting everything set up, I did bring a lot of dirt in, so I just needed to do a quick sweep. And that is all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye!